Hi friends, Sunil here. Welcome back to this channel. In this video we are going to discuss some Python string methods. We will be testing the string using the built-in methods for the truth values, that is return type boolean. First we will start with the isAlpha method. Here I am having this string building which is stored in word. Then I am checking whether that word is alpha. So isAlpha will return true if a string contains only alphabets. So here this string contains only alphabets, so it will return true. Here in this string we are having a number 1, so it will return false. In this case we are having spaces in between the words, so here also it will return false. And this is also false because we are having a special character here. So the first case will be true and the remaining will be false. We'll execute this. So first one is true and remaining are false. So isAlpha will return true if a string contains only alphabets. Now we'll check for isAlnum. This alnum means alphanumeric. So isAlnum will return true if the string contains numbers or if the string contains alphabets or if the string contains a combination of alphabets and numbers. So here we are having numbers, so it will return true. Then in the next case we are having only alphabets, so here also it will return true. Then we are having a combination of alphabets and number here, that is building 1. So here also it will return true. But in the next case here it will return false because there is a space here. And here also it will return false because of the special character. So the first 3 cases are true and the next 2 are false. We'll execute this. So first 3 are true and then the next 2 are false. So before going to each decimal, each digit and each numeric, we will see the values for these Unicodes. This U00B2 is for superscript 2. Then U2083 is the Unicode value for subscript 3. Then 2164 is for Roman numeral 5 and U2153 is for vulgar fraction 1/3. We'll execute this. So this is for subscript 3, that is U2083 is for subscript 3, U00B2 is for superscript 2, then 2164 for Roman numeral 5, and this is for vulgar fraction 1/3. Now we will go to each decimal. So here in the string I am having the decimal numbers 1, 2, 3, 9. So each decimal will return true because we are having decimal numbers here, decimal values. Then here it will return false because we are having a decimal point here. So each decimal will return false. Then here for the Unicode U00B2, that is for superscript 2, it will return false. For subscript 3 also it will return false. Roman number 5 it will return false. And for fraction 1 by 3 also it will return false. So only the first case it will be true and the remaining will be false. We'll execute this. So first is true and the remaining are false. So that means each decimal method supports only decimal numbers. Now we will see this each digit method. Here in the string we are having digits 1, 2, 3 and 9. So each digit will return true. And here superscript 2 and for subscript 3 it will return true. Each digit will return true. But it will return false for Roman number 5 and for vulgar fraction 1 by 3 it will return false. For superscript and subscript it will return true. So the first 3 will be true and the next 2 will be false. We'll execute this. So true, 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 then false. Now we will see the each numeric method. So we are having these numbers 1, 2, 3, 9 here. So each numeric will return true. And for the Unicodes of superscript 2, subscript 3 and Roman number 5 and vulgar fraction 1 by 3, for all these cases each numeric will return true. We'll execute this. So each numeric will return true for all these cases. So to summarize, the each decimal method supports only decimal numbers. Each digit method supports decimals, superscripts and subscripts. And the each numeric method supports digits, subscripts, superscripts, Roman numbers and vulgar fractions. Now we will see this each title method. This each title method will return true if all the words in the string start with uppercase letters. So here in this word Python we are having P as uppercase, but the remaining words are all starting with lowercase. So each title will return false. Here all the words are starting with uppercase, so it will return true. Here also all the words are starting with uppercase, so it will return true. This number 4 and this special character will not make any difference. So the first one is false and the next 2 are true. We'll execute this. So false, true and true. So each title will return true if all the words in the string starts with uppercase. Now we will see the methods starts with and ends with. So the starts with method, this is the syntax for that. We can have maximum of 3 parameters. So starts with string starts with, then search string, then start and end index values. So similarly ends with also has 3 parameters, that is the search string, then start and end index numbers. So here I am having this text. Python is a user friendly language. So text dot starts with Pythonese. So here it will check whether the string starts with this prefix Pythonese. So here it is starting with the prefix Pythonese. So it will return true. Here we have the start index as 12. So it will check whether the string user is starting at position 12 in the string. So this is position 12 here. The user is starting at position 12. So it will return true. Now after that, here we are having three parameters. We are having an end index also. So it will check whether the string user is starting at position 12 and ending before position 16. So here it is starting at position 12 and ending before position 16. So it will return true. So all these three cases are true here. Now we will see the ends with method. The ends with method returns true if the string ends with the specified suffix. Here the specified suffix is language and the string ends with language, but it will return false because here we are not having a full stop, but the string ends with language and then full stop, so it will return false. In the next case, we are checking whether the string ends with language and full stop. So here we are having language and full stop, so it will return true. So the first case is false here, the second is true. Then here it will check for the entire string. It will check whether the string ends with the entire string, so it will return true. So we'll execute this. So in all the cases it has returned true except for this case where there was no full stop. Now we will see the isPrintable method. So here we are having a text with special character here. Then I am checking whether this text is printable. So it will return true because this text is printable, it will return true. Here I am having spaces and checking whether the spaces is printable. So here also it will return true. And in the case of empty string also, isPrintable method will return true. But here we are having a text with form feed, new line, carriage return and tabs. In this case, isPrintable will return false. We will run this. So the first three cases it has returned true, and then here it has returned false. So for form feed, new line, carriage return and tabs, isPrintable will return false. Now we will check for the eSpace method. This eSpace method will check whether characters in a string are white spaces. So here we are having spaces here, so it will return true. And here in this text we are having this form feed, new line, carriage return and tabs. Here also it will return true. In the case of isPrintable, it had returned false in this case, but here it will return true for eSpace. Then here I am checking for this empty string, eSpace will return false. And here I am having this string Python, there is no space here, so it will return false. So the first two cases it will return true, and the next two will be false. We'll execute this. So true, true, false and false. Now we will see the methods isUpper and isLower. This isUpper will return true if all the characters are in uppercase, and isLower will return true if all the alphabets are in lowercase. So here I am having this text, I am checking for isUpper. So all the alphabets are not in the uppercase, so it will return false. So here the characters are in uppercase, so it will return true. Then here I am checking for is lower. Here the characters are all in lowercase, so it will return true here. And here the characters are in uppercase, so is lower is false. We'll execute this. So is upper is false here because of lowercase. So is upper is true here because all the alphabets are in uppercase. So here is lower is true because all the alphabets are in lowercase here. So here is lower is false because characters are in uppercase. Here the numbers and special characters will have no difference here, will make no difference. Now we will see the expand tabs method. So we can set the number of spaces of a tab here. So here I am having my string S tab and J. This tab by default is 8 spaces. So here it will print 7 spaces between S and J here because one space has already been occupied by S, so 7 spaces will be printed here. Then here 3 spaces are occupied, so 5 spaces will be printed between sun and rise. So here 5 spaces will be printed between sun and rise, and here tab has 8, so 4 spaces have gone for rise, so 4 spaces will be printed between rise and avenue. So we'll execute this. So here there are 7 spaces, here there are 5 spaces between sun and rise because tab by default it takes 8 spaces. Then here we are having 4 spaces. Now here we can custom the tab size. So here I have given 1 space, so there is 1 space here. So if I want to make it 10 space, I can give a 10 here. So it has, here there are 10 spaces between S and J. So we can change the position of the characters here using the tabs. So hope you understood this video. So if you understood and like this video, share it with your friends and subscribe the channel for future videos. Thanks very much.